Friends, research plays a vital role in all spheres. It gives the new facts and the answers to the research questions and fills the gaps in knowledge and modifying the environment, etc. In research, sampling is the important concept. This is the very significant tool which one used by every researcher. Without sampling large area, we cannot cover for research. Okay, let's see that. What is that? Every researcher is used this sampling as the important tool because large area we cannot cover by collecting all the data. So in that case we need to use sampling. So sampling is very apt nowadays and used as a significant tool by every researcher. Okay, then it is inevitable one nowadays the researchers are doing in everywhere. For example, in marketing research, every company is doing the market research, so that the researcher is used sampling as a technique. They can't collect all the data from everybody. So sampling plays a vital role in this. Let's see that what a sample first. Sample is the segment or a part of the entire population. See the figure, the blue color indicates the whole population. In that, a segment of the population we are going to take for our study, that is known as sample. Sample is the true representative of the population. So we are collecting a segment of the population, and that is known as sample. That sample is used for the for analyze all those things. So it represent the true it is known as the representative of the population. So while investigating all the things, or while doing some statistical test in hypothesis, we can identify the total population or the characteristics of population. So it is a true representative of population. Another one is, it is the subset which represent the population. That is already I told you, the segment of the entire population. And samples are used in statistical testing when population sizes are too large. For example, in market research, the manager wishes to study about the marketing area, or they want to extend the coverage of the marketing area for their product. So they need to analyze all those things. For example, they need to cover the entire concept. So in an area they have selected, and they have analyzed what type of people are there, and what kind of segment of the people are there, and what about their taste and preferences. Everything they need to analyze. And here the samples are used in statistical testing. If it is too the population size are too large, we cannot collect all the information from everybody, each and every people. So we need to collect a segment of the population, then only we can complete our research. For example, a company manager wishes to analyze the customer satisfaction of their product, namely X, in a particular area. Okay, so in that particular area is the target population. and that area covers 10 lakh people. Okay, so that 10 lakh people is known as population, and we can't get information from the 10 lakh people due to time constraint. We need to analyze some of the segment of the people or part of the people, part of the population. So we are collecting namely the 1000 people as a sample. Okay, so that sample is used for statistical we are using the statistical test in that sample, and we are interpreting that interpretation, it gives the true representative of the particular area. So we are not going to analyze the 10 lakh people, but while analyzing the 10,000 segment of the people, that is sample, we can get the information exactly from the population 10 lakh people. Okay, so it is, the sample can be used to test in the large case, large area, and the samples are used to make inferences about the population. So by analyzing the sample, we can give inferences, we can interpret the thing, incident, etc. Okay, next one, characteristics of good sample. How we are collecting the sample, whether it is good or not. Yeah, it has its own characteristics. If the following characteristics are the sample will be, we can say this is good. So first one is a true representative of population. Sample should be the representative of the population. One, because we are taking some of the people from the group and we are analyzing that. By seeing that, we can understand the entire group's attitude. Okay, so it should be true representative of the population, and it should be free from bias. The researcher should not do any bias. All the chances given to all equally, then only they will have to select sample. So it should be free from bias. Then precision. Precision is nothing but the fact of being exact one, that is accurate. So what we are going to collect, that sample, the sample should be exact one. So it should be the true representative of the population, no? So that should be, the sample should be very exact, and it should be the next one, objective one. Objectivity oriented we have to analyze, so that it should be objective one. Then accuracy, sample should be very accurate. Then comprehensive in nature. So when we are collecting the sample, by the sample we can give some explanatory uh, concepts. That is, we can give, by seeing that and analyzing the sample, we can give the we can give some of the explanation regarding the population. So it is comprehensive in nature. Then feasibility, the sample should be feasible, that should be suitable for the test. And practicability, it should be practicable one. If all these characteristics, if a sample has, then it should, it can we can say that is good sample. Then what is sampling? Is there any difference between sample and sampling? Of course, there is a difference between sample and sampling. Sample means the segment of the population, that is part of the population, whereas sampling is sampling means is a process which can consist of all. Let us see one by one. See this. Sampling is the process. You just underline that process. This is the process which is used in statistical analysis, in which A predetermined number of observations are taken from a large population. So this is known as sampling. That is the selection of subset of population through various techniques. Yeah, the one line indicates what does it mean, sampling. Sampling is nothing but it's a process, that is the selection of sample by using various technique, that is known as sampling. And another one, sampling is a technique of selecting individual members or a subset of the population to make statistical inferences from them and estimate characteristics of the whole population. So, on the whole, sampling is the process that how the sample size is fixed and what sampling technique needs to follow to collect the sample, that is known as sampling. Why sampling? Why we want to do this sampling? Without sampling, can we do any research? Of course, we can do, but it's not the prompt one. Okay. See, why sampling? Necessity. Say large sample, we can't collect all the details, so we need to get some of the samples. So sample we cannot frame in a simple way. First thing we have to frame the first thing we have to analyze all those things before identifying all those things where we want to collect the data. That's the big caution. So first thing, target population. We have to target the population. Then after targeting population, we need to do sampling frame. Then after doing sampling frame, sample size you need to fix. After fixing the size of the sampling size, you need to analyze which technique is very appropriate to collect the sample. So here, why sampling? Sampling is necessary because large area cannot be covered by the researcher. So by using sampling technique, we can collect the various techniques with the help of sample. So sample should be very accurate, then it will be very useful for our study, and the research, good result we can get it. This is very necessary. Another one is practicability. So when you just think in sampling, with the help of sampling only we can do research, otherwise we can't. How can we collect 10 lakh people's data? So I need to understand what about the customer satisfaction of my product. So I can't go elsewhere and collect all the data in a particular period of time. So due to time constraint, due to money constraint, and the result need to be submit very fast. No, so practicability, sampling is must. Then cost effectiveness. So when we compare to the entire population, cost is cheaper and benefit is more. Cost effectiveness. Then convenient. It's very convenient to do research. And another one, manageable. So yeah, it's a manageable one, and the sample can be used to test the hypothesis. So it is very appropriate. We can do the research well. Then population versus sample. So already we have discussed population mean entire population, entire people, that is targeted population, whereas sample is the segment of population. So population is whole. Then population versus sample. So already we have discussed what is population and sample. Once again we will repeat. Population means the whole universe, versus sample means the segment of the population. Okay, so population is whole, sample means part of the population. See this population is the entire group that you want to draw conclusion about. Here the sample is the specific group, a segment of the people we are going to analyze. and a parameter. So if in the whole population we are getting some of the people, the numbering or how many people are there. So if we are numbering the numbers that summarize data for entire population is known as parameter, whereas sample, uh, the numbers that summarize data from a sample, that is known as static. So what is the difference between parameter and static? The number summarize data. If it is entire population, that is parameter. If it is sample, that is static. Then sample size. How can we determine the sample size? So researcher and all doing research, how many samples they want to collect. For example, there is what a sample size. A group of subjects that are selected from the general population and is considered a representative of the real population for that specific study. And for example, I will tell you, in a factory there are 100 employees. I am going to do some research on the employees' attitude towards the organization. So I need to collect 10 percentage of the employees. I don't want such employees to that is collect all the employees information. And just I'm going to collect just 10 percentage of the employees. So what happened? What will be the sample size? So if your 10 percentage of 1000 employees is 100 employees. So in my study the sample size will be 100 employees. I can collect the information from the 100 employees, and I can do test, and I can give the interpretation. That interpretation is very apt for the 1000 employees. And a sampling technique. So how I can collect the 100 samples? What technique I need to follow? There are two methods are there. Sampling technique. One is probability sampling, another one is non-probability sampling. Probability means chance. The probability theory, you may heard about that. Probability, chances are given equally. Non-probability, we are not giving any chance. So due to convenient and experts judgment, we are simply taking. So qualitative sampling is qualitative methods adopted this non-probability sampling. Here bias are there because due to convenient and purposive only we are doing that, so bias are there. Whereas probability sampling, no bias, we can reduce the bias. Probability sampling is the technique which the researcher choose the sample from the large population using a method based on the theory probability, that is chance are given equally. See this, the person must be selected using random selection, and everyone are given chances, equal chances are given. So this is known as random sampling. So random means chances given and randomly selected. So probability sampling is known as random sampling. And probability sampling gives you the best chance to create the sample that is truly representative of the population. Here no bias, we can reduce bias, so it represents truly the population. And it can be, the sample can be used as the statistical tools, so it will be very apt for the research. And methods of probability sampling is, there are 5 methods. In next video I will say elaborately. There are 5 methods: simple random sampling, stratified random sampling, systematic random sampling, cluster, that is area random sampling, then multi-stage sampling. Non-probability sampling. Non-probability sampling is defined as the sampling technique in which the researcher selects the sample based on the subjective judgment of the researcher rather than the random selection. So sampling method depends heavily on the expertise of the researcher. Here the bias are there. The experts, some of the experts may say some of the things, and the researcher can follow that. and this is purely qualitative. Based on that qualitative research, they are doing such sampling technique, and it's carried out by observation, and researchers use it widely for qualitative research. Just now we have discussed, and all members of population have not given an equal chance. This is very important. uh, Chances are not equal to all. So we are selectively taking, so biased are there. Then researcher use this method in studies where it is impossible to draw random probability sampling due to time and cost constraint. So method of sampling, there are a few methods. One is convenient sampling, purposive sampling, judgment sampling, expert sampling, quota sampling, snowball sampling. So that's all. Okay, I hope you understood the concept sampling. Thank you very much. We will see you again in the next video. Thank you.